Welcome to The Bound Butterfly, where broken stories become beautiful testimonies. So I didn't realize it then, but I realize it now. On this side of my healing, I can see that I was desperately searching for an identity. I didn't know who I was. As a young girl being asked, "What are you?" What are you on a daily basis with no real answers, it can get pretty confusing. I didn't know who I was. My family loved me very much. They did. My family, they still love me. They would have birthday parties and celebrate me, and I wouldn't even show up. That's love. That's love. But I didn't feel like I fit in with them. I didn't feel like I fit in anywheres. I would adapt to whatever situation was going on around me. If I was with certain kind of friends, I would say things and be a one way and act like, ghetto or whatever you want to say it, like. And then I would get around other people and I would act like them. Any boyfriend I got, whatever hobbies he was into, I grafted myself into that. So I tried so many things. I did all these things just to fit in because I never felt like I fit in anywhere. I would let the atmosphere change me instead of me changing it, which is what we're called to do. We're not called to just sit in whatever. We're supposed to be atmosphere changers. We're supposed to carry the presence of God with us wherever we go. And there was none of that. I didn't know I was whoever you wanted me to be when that was going on. It's so amazing though, because God has showed me where I fit. Now in my life, I know that I'm right where He wants me to be. Whether it's with Wells of Agape, with my husband, with my church family, all the things, I know that's where He wants me at. And I don't feel that out of place feeling that I carried with me for all those years. I can't really explain it in words. I felt out of place, and now I fit. I fit right where He created the space for me. And it's, again, another freedom that I've just did not know was possible. And I believe that He wants that for all of us. And if He did it for me, I know He can do it for you. I'm living proof. He's still in the miracle business. So I remember that I had been sober for a few months. It was actually, I don't know if it was 6 months sober or not, but I know it was 5 years ago because it popped up on my Facebook memories the other day. You had asked me to come help you out. And I was like, I'm ready to come help, not knowing that was going to you wouldn't get rid of me. But I remember her asking me to come and help her with a few things at Wells of Agape. And I knew that her and Uncle Ron had the nonprofit, but I didn't really understand what they did there. I think I had been to help a couple times in my addiction, but I didn't really understand what it was. And so I came to help. I came and did some paperwork one time, but the parenting class, the first time that I volunteered for a parenting class, I have not missed one since. And I don't actually have kids, but I learn something every time. It really filled me with this fire and this passion to see these people walk in and, most of them have a CPS case or whatever. They're court ordered to be there, so they don't want to be there. And it's an all-day thing. They're dreading this. But by the end of the day, they're hugging us and telling us they love us and laughing with us. And just to see that switch in one day, to be able to see the hope come alive in someone is such a rare and special thing that I am so honored that I get to be a part of that and to see that. And so parenting class, I'm there. I don't care when it is. I'll clear my schedule. I'm going to be there. But I knew I was supposed to be involved with this organization, deeply involved with this organization, but I didn't really know what that looked like at the time. I just knew I was supposed to be there. And I don't really even know how it got to, I guess we were doing Bible study and then I was your assistant. I don't really know how the sequence of events was, but I know that God set a fire inside of me to help others. And I believe at Wells of Agape, I truly get to do that. I truly get to walk in the calling that He has on my life. I've never been more fulfilled by anything I've been a part of. I've never felt more purpose. And it's not about me, but I know that through me, God is helping people. And that's the greatest thing I could ever want, is to be able to give them this freedom that He's given me. If I can help with that in any way, please reach out. I don't know if y'all can put my number on the screen or how to get in touch with us, but I would love to talk to anybody who is feeling the tug from Holy Spirit right now to reach out to someone who wants to support what's going on, what God is doing. Wells of Agape is a nonprofit organization that was founded by my dear Aunt Donna and Uncle Ron. Their mission is to model, mentor, and teach family values. I wanted and felt called to be part of this organization because I believe that Wells of Agape is helping to strengthen, preserve, and reunite families. We know that strong families make strong communities. And the services we offer are geared towards helping families and those individuals in those families to live and thrive and live in their abundant life that God created them for. And that is our whole mission. Our passion at Wells of Agape is to bring God's love to a lost and dying world and to equip families for success. And again, I am so honored to be a part of it. It's changed my life, and I know that it's changed others' lives because people reach out to me and say that we've helped them, and that's my heart. That's our heart.
You can reach people that I cannot reach, and even though you're there, you're my niece. You're there because you've allowed God to heal the brokenness in you. And He knows what is needed. And so it's so vital that you are at Wells of Agape. Because like I said, you can reach people that I cannot. I've had people contact me and say, Tiffany and I used to hang out. She's not the same person that she used to be. That she looks different. She talks different. She acts different. And that's because you allowed God to heal what you chose to reveal.
That's it.
You say it all the time.
God can't heal it if you don't reveal it. He's not going to heal who you pretend to be. He can't. I mean, He can do anything. He's God, but He's not interested in that. He's interested in healing you. I love being a part of that. I know that through my helping others, He has healed me. And that's another thing that I say. If you're dealing with recovery and you're trying to refocus, focus on helping others. Focus on helping others, and through that, it will heal pieces of you. It's so vital. So after I had been sober for about 6 months, I started to volunteer for Wells of Agape, and I started to feel a purpose in my life for the first time ever. I felt like I had a direction. I felt like I was helping people, and I felt good about what I was doing. Like what I was doing mattered for the first time ever. And it was a feeling that it was unfamiliar to me, but it felt so good. I knew that I was right where God wanted me to be, and I really have not questioned that for 1 second since I started. After a while, like I said, I don't remember the timeline, but after a while, I started doing assisting Aunt Donna. She was overwhelmed with things, and I know you've been running the organization pretty much by yourself for however long. And so one day through that, as I was assisting, I was making her appointments and just started realizing that she was overwhelmed with clients. I mean, people were having to wait 2 and 3 months to get in to see her. So I could tell that. And she mentioned that Wells of Agape needed another counselor, and I felt God tug my heart. I felt something rise up in me, and I knew that that I was supposed to do that. After I talked to my now husband, we were engaged at the time, I believe. He confirmed that he thought I would be great at that, and I knew that that's what I was supposed to do. So I spent my COVID lockdown getting certified. That was really, for me, I felt like God set me down. Like, I know it was terrible for other people, but kind of worked out in my favor. And for the first few months I interned, you get your certificate, you get certified. And for our organization, I don't know if it's like this anywhere else, you intern with somebody who is counseling, which I'm so grateful for. And for me, I wanted to be brought through the things that we were bringing our clients through. So I started to do my own sessions and get counseled by her myself. God revealed things in those sessions that I had buried so deep I didn't even realize they were affecting me. God revealed things in those sessions that only He could reveal. I mean, I could come up with all the stuff and remember, different things like what happened when I was 9 years old, but for Him to reveal the things to me, I don't think I've ever cried so much, but it was cleansing. It was putting those broken pieces back together of my heart. God healed that broken little girl. The little girl that asked for a daddy. He was like, "Come here, baby. I got you." And again, I know I say it all the time, but it was His truth that set me free. The truth that came out in those sessions is unlike anything I could have ever imagined. And I implore anyone, whether you've had a addiction problem, whether you've, we all go through stuff. There's not one of us that has grown up and not had something happen to us that shouldn't have happened. There's not one of us. And I believe that's where counselors come in, and you've got to talk to somebody. Talk to God, most importantly. But get an opinion, an outside opinion that's not biased, that doesn't, although I guess you were kind of biased. But you're led of Holy Spirit, and I trusted that you would lead me through those things, and you did. You helped me. God helped me through those sessions to get to the root of what the problem was. And there's no other way that I believe that could have came out. I don't think any other setting would have allowed me to be so raw and real and honest and got to the root of the issue. Because I'm real good at covering up. I can put a smile on, I can fake a smile, I can do all that, and I did that for years. But that's not where the healing came. The healing came in the brokenness. The healing came in the tears and the getting it out and hearing what God said about me, and not just what I had heard about me or what I thought about myself. It was vital to my sobriety, it's vital to my recovery, vital to who I am today. There's no doubt in my mind. So on my husband's 50th birthday, I got us both 23andMe DNA tests. And he's always been very athletically inclined. He is in the best shape of anybody I know. He could outrun 20 years old. So surely he thought he was part gazelle or something. So we were going to find out if he was like part roadrunner or whatever. And I figured we could do it together. So, I got the DNA test. I got the 23andMe. I think I bought them on some kind of 2-for-1 special or something. And we did it together. You spit in this cup and you send it off. And in a month or so, they send you the results on the app. So as we waited for that, I confronted my mom. That's when she finally came out with the truth. I remember before that praying that my husband wouldn't find out that he was a rape baby. And here I was finding out that I very possibly could be. But it was like God was already preparing my heart for it. For me to pray for that for him, and then that to be what the truth was about me, it's like He was preparing my heart. The results came back and confirmed that rape was the circumstances of my conception, and that I was biracial, and that was like a can of worms, I guess you could say, that I opened up for myself. I don't know that it really affected maybe my mom a little bit, but for me, that was literally one of the parts that changed my whole life. I mean, God's brought me through so many testimonies, but that right there, I could stop denying it. I could stop arguing with people. I could stop. I could just be me. For the first time in 35 years, I could be me. And I'm still going through that. Like, I'm still learning about my heritage. Africa, I'm going to say this wrong, Ghanaian and Nigerian. And so the 23andMe even pinpoints like the exact tribe, Igbo. I'm probably saying that wrong too, but it really breaks it down for you. So I'm still on a journey of just kind of learning what all that means. I know about my white side. I want to know about the other side of me that I didn't tap into for all those years, because that's me too. I confronted my mom while we were out to lunch. I don't think she was expecting it. It just came out. Really, my concern at that time, I really wasn't trying to figure out anything. My concern was that I was going to do this test and it was going to hurt my dad. Like, he was going to think I was out there searching for another dad. And so much more came out of it. But she knew what happened was, like I said, I'm doing this 23andMe. And so we got to talking about what her side would be. She knew she had French and German and all these different things. And then she just came out and said, if there was African American, then I was a product of her sexual assault. And it was just kind of there. So that was the first I ever heard about it. She had told me in the 8th grade that my dad wasn't my dad, which I knew, but it was like she had to say it out loud back then. And of course I was young, so she was probably doing age-appropriate things. But to protect me in the 8th grade, I'm sure she left out the part about it could be, this. And so that was the first, like, the confrontation. I used confrontation lightly because I wasn't trying to confront her. I just wanted to let her know what was going on. Just like with anybody, if I'm going to talk about it on camera, if I'm going to be out there with it, I don't want her to hear from somebody else or anything like that. So that was what the confrontation was like. I still don't really know how she feels about it, how she feels about me knowing. I know that she's proud of me. I know that she's proud of what I'm doing, but I don't know how she feels about it. And I'm sure she still has her own healing to do from that. I mean, something happened to her, something bad happened to her. So I pray for her, If today's episode gave you some hope, please share it with someone who needs it. We'd love for you to leave a comment. We'd love to hear your story. Also, join our Facebook community. The link is in the description.
No matter how bound your past feels,
There's a butterfly waiting to break free.